Hello there, my teacher friends. This is Christine Cruz here with a quick little tutorial on how to get your ExamView test questions exported in an easy way so that you can import them into Edline's interactive assignments. So you can just copy and paste it from another source. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we are at the Teacher One Stop, in which you can find your ExamView assessment suite. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And what the deal was with why you probably couldn't do this before, in which most of you had to click it question by question and then response by response, is Edline does not recognize ExamView whatsoever. And so you were copying and pasting these lines, and it just seemed like a lot more work than what it was worth. So I figured out a way to export it from ExamView into Word. And so I'm going to teach you how to do that. So here we are in grade 9. Or whatever grade that you are teaching. We're going to go ahead and click on a selection test. Again, whatever document that you have going, it's going to work with everything. So I'm just going to go with Unit 1. I'm going to go with the most dangerous game. And this is what this test looked like. So I'm sure originally you would click on the question and select this and put it into Edline, and then select this and put it into Edline. And nobody has time for that. So we're going to go ahead and learn a really easy way to do this all in one shot. So here's your selection test in ExamView. What you're going to do is you're going to export this as an RTF file, and that's just a fancy word for putting it somewhat in Microsoft Word. And so you're going to go to the File section right here, go to Export as Rich Text Format. That's RTF, Rich Text Format. You're going to click on that. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, just for the sake of this, and you can store it wherever you want, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on my desktop, and I'm just going to title it AAAA so that it stands out and it's easy for me to find for this short tutorial. And I don't need ExamView anymore, so I can go ahead and click out of this, and I am going to say hello to Audrey. I'm going to go ahead and find my AAAA, which is right here. And as you can see, when it comes up, it is in this fabulous Microsoft Word document. So here we go. And there you are. Now it's completely editable. Whoops. And you can take away anything you want in this format. So as you can see, Edline does not want any instructions or anything like that. Everything has to start with a number, and then your selections must start with a letter. Edline only accepts periods or parentheses, and your options have to be aligned going up and down. You can't have A and then B across and then C and then D. It needs to go from A to D in one straight line. What we need to do is take off our answers, or actually put our answers. So since the answers are here, you're going to put an asterisk right next to your answer so that when you put it in Edline, it already knows which ones are correct. So after we do that, we delete, and then answer D, asterisk, and we delete. If you get the picture, you can see where I'm going. I'm just going to do one more, even though this is a 12-question quiz. Answer A, asterisk. This is Shift 8 to get that, and delete. Again, please make sure you delete all these unnecessary things, because it's not. If it does recognize it, it's just going to make your quiz look all weird. Okay, so for the sake of this, I'm just going to just do 1 through 5. And actually, I'm going to do a written response just so you can see that Edline will recognize that, and it will leave you a blank space. So let me just get rid of some of these just because I don't have time to, I don't want to take too much of your time watching me delete all this stuff. But so here we have questions 1 through 5, multiple choice with the correct answers on 3 of them. Keep in mind that I'm not going to do it here. And then a written response. And you don't even need to worry about making this number 6. Edline seems to just know how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all of this. And I really recommend that you do save this document legitimately, because if we ever switch out of Edline and all of your quizzes are saved on Edline and we can't access Edline anymore for quizzes, now you're doubling up your work. So always have a backup in Microsoft Word so that whatever program we end up using in the future, we're able to just copy and paste right into that. So I'm going to go ahead and copy. And here I am in my Edline. The way that I have it formatted is I have an assignments folder, and then the kids go by week into their assignments. So for now, I'm going to just put it in week 4. And as you can see, I've been testing. So add a plus. I'm going to add an interactive quiz. And let's just title this Testing for Real. Testing for Real. Got to make it different from the other ones. And, you know, of course, you can select however many classes you want this to appear in. I'm not going to do that because then that's just more deleting for me. Make sure that you don't sync with your gradebook. And if you want to display your grading and feedback, that's fine, but that's not the purpose of this tutorial. So we're going to go ahead and build our quiz. And what you're going to do is you're going to import your questions from another source. And that's what we're doing. We're taking it from Microsoft Word and we're importing it into Edline. All right, so here we go. We're going to copy and paste. And it looks all funky. Just let it go. Validate. Make sure that it's the correct format. And once you see this green check mark, you are in heaven. And if you scroll down, you can go ahead and see what it looks like. Notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that one that was number 11, I believe, automatically went to number 6. So you don't even have to worry about that. Now, of course, it would make sense to kind of preview it and make sure that there weren't any errors, you didn't mistakenly cut something off. But for the most part, it's as simple as that, and you're ready to go. Keep in mind, though, that this is already by default 1 point each. So on Edline, when you sync it with your gradebook, it's going to be out of 6 points. And so what you're going to need to do, press done. Now, I have tried defaulting my points per question. Let's just say it was a 20 question quiz. By default, each question would be 5 points. I have found that that doesn't work. So unless somebody else can help me out and figure out how we can override that, you're going to have to go in one by one and set your points at, whatever you want them to be. 12 points for this one, 13 points for another one, however you want to do. You're going to have to do it one by one. So you'll save and return. I typically like to have my written responses worth more since it requires more effort, but it's up to you. Just make sure that you do that for every question, or it'll only be worth 1 point out of 6 by default. So you go here, 15 points, and you save and return. And that should be it. Again, I did not go through every question to assign points because it's redundant, but when you're done with it, your quiz is ready to give. And hopefully this helped you guys out. I used to do this last year. I would export from ExamView into that RTF file when I would want to adjust the test that was given when I had to create finals. And I just had tests all over the place and I wanted an easy way to have everything easily accessible on Word. And then that way I can share between computers that didn't have ExamView. And so exporting as an RTF is always a great option. So I hope this helped you guys out. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Have a great day.